Let's make a weird 5th generation fighter in Flyout. I don't know how this is going to go, but hopefully it goes well. We're going to do this one a little bit weirdly though, because we're going to add 4 jet engines instead of the normal 2. Or 1, I suppose. Anyway, let's get to it. Okay, so this is going to be kind of interesting to do, so let's go ahead and grab this guy right here, make sure we are on not symmetry mode, there we go, go ahead and slap it into there, and I think the first thing that I want to do is actually make the front end. So, instead of it being very small, let's go with something like 0.7, there we go, we'll go with 0.5 right there, so it's a little bit skinnier, and we're going to do the same thing back there, so 0.7, there we go, and 0.5. There we go. Excellent. Right, cool. So we can now drag this down into a nice little position right there. That's pretty good. And essentially from there, we're just going to build it in. It is actually going to be a lot smaller than this towards the front though. So let's start with 0.5 right there as well. We'll go ahead and drag this down so that it fits together. There we go. Send this back that way. Send this way. And I think we'll actually have a nice cockpit out of this. Maybe 0.6 there instead. There we go. Drop this down so it's level. I don't know how to make those quite level, but that's fine. There we go. Let's go with something like this. And then we're going to go ahead and make the front end. So extrude the fuselage. There we go. Bring it forwards. And that's okay. Go ahead and make this something like 0.4. There we go. And 0.4. Excellent. I don't know whether it should like point down or point forwards. I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and send it forwards like this. We're then going to make it 0.2. There we go. And 0.2. Excellent. And then from there, we're going to extrude it again. And essentially, this is going to be 0.1. Yes. And 0.1. There we go. I'm trying to do this one in a little bit of a tapered motion, because I think that'll look better. And 0 and 0. There we go. Okay, so that is our front end. Does it look weird? Maybe a little bit. Okay, so from there, what we're going to do is actually go backwards just a little bit, and hopefully we can build something nice into this. So extrude the fuselage, here we go, bring it backwards like so. So far it's looking very odd, I'm not going to lie to you guys, it does look very strange, but hopefully in the end it will look okay, maybe. So let's drop this guy down, there we go, extrude it again, send it backwards, and drop it down to like 0.1, there we go. And I'm actually just going to drop this in like so. There we go. Okay, cool. That is an extremely odd looking thing so far, but hopefully it's okay. Right, okay, so from there, we're going to add a loop. It is going to go right here. We're then going to add another loop, which is going to go right here. And now it's time to actually add a bit of a cockpit to this. Don't know how it's going to go, but hopefully good. Okay, so I'm mirroring this. Let's go ahead and send it above the pilot's head. There we go. Let's go ahead and send it above the pilot's head on this one as well. And again, and again. I actually want it to come out a little bit from the side. Hopefully that gives us a nice shape. I think it will, but I'm not sure. We'll go ahead and copy this. We'll send it forwards. We'll actually paste it onto there. Apply. There we go. Actually kind of a nice shape, sure. We're then going to go backwards to this one, paste it there, and there we go. This one needs to be a little bit smaller though, so I'm going to drag this down, drag this down, drag this down, and this down in order for that to actually be a thing, maybe. So apply that, there we go, good. And that, honestly, doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look terrible. Okay, so from here, we're actually going to go ahead and go to vertexes, yes. Going to grab this guy, and obviously that guy, and send them backwards. Going to then do the same thing with all of these. Send those backwards as well, there we go. And that's quite nice. We're then going to add another loop. It is going to go just here. There we go. And now we're going to go and add the glass. And hopefully that will look awesome. Whether it will or whether it won't, I'm not sure just yet. But let's see. So all of these guys got to go in. There we go. Awesome. Including this guy back here. There we go. Very cool indeed. And then obviously the guys on the top as well. Otherwise, we won't be able to see out the top. Hey, there we go. Nice. That is... Yeah, you know what? That actually works. That looks fine. I think. Yeah. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to do was actually go to this guy and sort of send these guys backwards as well. So mirror this. There we go. Go and send this guy backwards to here, but raise it upwards just a tiny bit. There we go. And we're going to do the same or similar thing right here. And then again, here we go. Awesome. And we'll leave it a lot like that. So it's quite rounded. It looks pretty cool. I think it's going to work out. I don't know whether the pilot should sit all the way back here or actually really far forward, but I'm thinking towards the back of this, to be honest. Actually quite far back. Why not? Okay, so from the bottom down here, let's go ahead and start making this a really big thing, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and add a loop to this somewhere down here. Let's say there. We're then actually going to go ahead and get rid of this piece. I want to actually delete this one. And we're going to use this one to be our wings and stuff. So this might be quite tricky to do because we actually want to go forwards from here, but that's okay. So let's extrude the fuselage. Okay, fantastic. Go ahead and send it in a straight line backwards. Okay, great. Essentially, that's going to go through the entire vehicle. There we go. Extrude it again, if we can. Here we go. And essentially, this is going to go down to a point. So this is going to be 0.1. There we go. And 0.1 right there. There we go. Fantastic. Drag it backwards a little bit more. Extrude it again. Send it backwards. Extrude it again. Go backwards again. And make this 0.25 or 75. Oh no, 0.075. That's what we actually needed. There we go. Okay. Oh wait, that didn't work. 0.075. Okay, fantastic. 0.075. Fantastic as well. Extrude this again. Make this 0.5. There we go. Oh, 0.05. I keep forgetting. There we go. And again, same 0.05. There we go. Drag this backwards just a tiny bit. Extrude it again. Bring it backwards to here. Make it 0. Make it 0 again. And there we go. Okay, cool. So that is essentially how long this thing is going to be. It looks ridiculous at the moment, and it is just a bit ridiculous, actually. Let's bring this forwards just a tiny touch. Bring this forwards a little bit. This bit at the back is way too long, but that's okay. So we can bring this backwards to about here. Same with this guy. There we go. And then same with this guy, and that'll look okay. There we go. Nice. All right, so this is how big our... I don't know whether it should be this big even. I don't know. Okay, well, anyway, let's go ahead and build some air inlets, and hopefully this will look better as we go. So actually, don't put it on there. Go ahead and move it off to the side slightly. Let's get ourselves a nice looking shape, and then we could go from there. So make it something like 0.3, there we go, by about 0. I don't know, maybe 0.3. There you go. Actually, no, a bit bigger, 0.4. There we go. It's going to be wider than it is tall. We're then going to do the same thing at the back, 0.4 and 0.3. Bam. There we go, nice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make a cool shape out of this, and then I'll be back with you guys in a second. Okay, so I've gone ahead and made it a square. Clearly a square is not quite what you want, but that's okay. So we're actually going to go ahead and shove it onto this fuselage back here. There we go, awesome. We're actually going to drag it out. It is going to be quite large, but that's all right. There we go. And then we're essentially going to go to the side of this and scoot it backwards. Whether that's going to look good, bad, ugly, I don't know, but we'll try it. So, starting out, we're going to go with this guy. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and send this guy backwards. Actually quite far, so to around here. There we go. And then we got to try and line up everything else in the center. This might be very tricky to do, but let's see. So, we'll keep doing it. There we go. And once I've done this, it should look pretty good. And there we go. So I've essentially sent them all forward, so it looks kind of interesting. From there, we're actually going to give them a bit of an edge. So let's go ahead and save it real quick. Here we go. And then we'll go ahead and give these guys an edge, and hopefully this will look cool. So extrude this. Go ahead and make it 0.35. There we go. And 0.35 right there as well. There we go. Fantastic. It does sort of angle it weirdly. I don't know why, but it does. So that's a bit annoying, but we can sort that out, I suppose. It's just a little bit annoying, because these guys honestly have to go backwards a little bit, and then the other guys have to go forwards a little bit, and then it will fit from there. But you wouldn't want to do this. Like, this is annoying. You know? Unless I can just send the entire thing backwards. So let's say I go to this guy and I do this. Yeah, I mean, I guess that sort of works. In fact, let's make it a little bit smaller, 0.3 instead. There we go. And 0.3 right there. Bam. There we go. Okay, that actually doesn't look too terrible. It looks a little bit weird in terms of the way that it's done it. But that's not bad. Sure. Okay, so they don't currently seem big enough. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to go ahead and delete... I'm actually going to go ahead and delete this guy real quick. Here we go. Delete section. Excellent. And we're going to not extrude that, no. We're going to go to vertexes, yes. And I'm actually going to make it an even weirder shape. When I say a weirder shape, I mean a rectangle's not that weird. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and drag these guys down so that it angles itself upwards to the side. Whether this is going to look good, bad, ugly, I don't know. And I keep saying that, but yeah, I really don't know. I'm going to send this one upwards just a little bit. There we go. Continue with this one going upwards. And then these guys obviously have to go upwards too in order for this to work. And I'm getting a little bit wibbly wobbly here. Just a little bit. There we go. Good. This bit. Hey, there we go. And then we could go and grab these two. Send that one up as well. There we go. So send this guy and this guy upwards. There we go. And then send this guy upwards to here. This one's a little bit wonky, but that's okay. There we go. So now it's like an even weirder shape. But it looks kind of cool. That looks really good, actually. So now we extrude this. All right. We make it smaller. So this is going to be 0.3. And 0.3 right there as well. There we go. Awesome. And then we just go ahead and send these guys backwards. And that's it. All right, cool. So segment. Yes. Send it backwards through there. There we go. Very nice. And that actually looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to do was actually go to power. I know this is a weird way to go, but yes, we're going to go to power. We're going to go ahead and attach this guy to here, essentially. There we go. And then what we're going to do from there is we're going to make these guys about, like huge. We're going to make them 0.75. There we go. We're going to make them 3 spools, question mark? I think that's fine. And then we're going to obviously give them afterburners as well. So they're going to need an afterburner. That afterburner is going to have to look nice, so we're going to go with this guy, and currently that looks a-okay. However, we are going to be dropping this down to about here. We're then going to be grabbing this guy, and we're going to be copying it, and we're going to be putting it on top of this guy. So, if I could put it central, that would be great. If I could try and merge them in the right area, that would be fantastic too. And then we're going to go ahead and put this guy up above that one, just like so. There we go. That is 4 jet engines on a fighter jet. This is going to look sick. Okay, so with this being our actual thingamabobby, our air intake, I suppose, we're going to have to try and merge this with those. No idea how that's going to go, but that is something we need to do. Alright, so I'm grabbing fuselage pieces, and I am putting them onto the engines. There we go. I actually thought this was a cool idea at the time. I might make them slightly bigger as they go backwards, and then we can make them slightly smaller again as they come back down. So I'll actually go to 0.45, and then essentially we'll go backwards, and then we'll have them come straight back down to 0.4 again. So all the way backwards to here. We'll actually make this 0.39 because I want it to fit directly onto that. 0.39 there as well. There we go. Fantastic. That actually looks sick. That looks so good. Yes. Alright, so I'm going to have to do the same thing for the bottom engines as well. So let's go ahead and try and put those on. There we go. That looks good. Go ahead and send this up into there. I don't know what kind of height we need on this. But around there. There we go. That is cool. That's actually so cool. We'll bring it forwards to here. We'll do the same with this one. So they're in about the same place. And then they're all going to merge together. Just in front. And there we go. That is both of them actually attached to the air vent thingamabobby. And honestly, I think that looks extremely weird, to be fair. That looks really odd. But we're going to go ahead and keep it as it is. And hopefully it'll work out for us. It might not. Also, I was toying with the idea of one of these, or I guess 2 of these, being ramjets. So we use the normal jets to get up to a high altitude. And then we use the ramjets to gain a hell of a lot of speed. I don't know whether that's a good idea or not, but there you go. Also, we do actually need to bring this guy backwards, or just go ahead and merge it back there as well. So I'm actually going to go ahead and bring it backwards to here, make this 0.2, make this 0.2, there we go. And then I could maybe send it backwards to there, and yeah, that looks okay. Sure. Alright, so the more I think about this, the more I feel like this guy should actually be sent backwards actually quite a lot more. There we go, just so that it looks a little bit nicer. We're also going to do a similar thing with this piece right here. And actually, this guy's going to go pretty much all the way to the back. There we go, and then this guy's going to go to about here. There we go, and that honestly looks a hell of a lot better. Yes. Okay, so from there, we obviously need wings. We need vertical stabilizers. One of you guys has been asking for YF23 vertical stabilizers for a while, so that's probably what we'll add to this thing. And I think that'll look pretty good. However, we need to figure out what we're gonna do with the actual wings. So let's go to wings. Here we go. Lift. Yes. Go ahead and smash this above that. There we go. Fantastic. Give it a leading edge. Give it a trailing edge. and try and figure this out. So, this guy and this guy are going to go really far in. Here we go. So, they're going to go into about there. We're going to send this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy all the way backwards because we kind of need to. There we go. It's actually going to go backwards to about here. That's fine. And then we're going to go ahead and try and sort out the rest of it. So, this is actually going to come forwards. Probably together with this guy. There we go. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, grab these. Send those bits backwards. There we go. Okay, I don't really want the air inlet showing like that. So, actually, bring these guys forwards to about there. This guy can then get sent forwards from there all the way forwards to there. That's good. We're going to go ahead and make it a lot skinnier because at the minute it's way too chunky. And make that work. So, drop this down into there. Good. And then make it work from there. Okay. I might need it to be slightly further forward on this piece. There we go. And that looks pretty good to me. Alright, yes. Now, I don't know how the wings should look. I really don't know how the wings should look. But we're going to go ahead and delete this right there so we can make a new wing. Here we go. And figure that out. So, open this. Go ahead and grab these two. And these two. Bring them out slightly. Good. Go ahead and grab this guy, and they're going to go really far back. There we go. And then we're going to grab these two, and it's going to slowly come inwards, I think. So I'm going to do that to begin with. That's fine. We're then going to have to cut it again. And from there, that is where we actually build our wing. It seems a little bit too big still. It does. It seems way too big still. So we're actually going to bring this down to here. Grab these two. Send it out to there, so it's level. And then from there, I think we can actually build our wing. So delete this. Go ahead and grab this guy. Open this up. Bring this and these two sideways. There we go. Yes. Okay, this seems like it'll be the right size. We're going to go ahead and send those guys backwards just a little bit. Do this as well. There we go. That looks sick. That actually looks so cool. But no, these guys need to be even smaller. There we go. Yeah, okay, lovely. Lovely jubbly. Okay, this and this are going to be squidged. There we go, because I want really skinny wings. And that looks awesome, actually. That looks really, really cool. From here, we're actually going to go ahead and grab each of these. And I'm going to send them slightly inwards just to attach together. I do this on a lot of my planes. I don't necessarily think it's a good idea, but I think it works. So there we go. Nice. Alright, so another thing that I actually don't mind doing is going backwards to this guy and essentially making it a little bit taller. So we're going to go to like, I guess 5 tall, maybe even 0.6 tall. There we go. Just so it's a little bit bigger so that it looks like it actually should work with everything else. There we go. Yeah, I think that's fine. It does look a little bit strange, but that's okay. This bit right here looks a little bit weird too. So I might actually move this one forwards. Actually quite a bit, and that looks extremely strange, but sure, we'll go with it. Alright, so from there, let's go ahead and open this guy up. We'll actually go ahead and send this guy and this guy forwards, actually quite a bit. There we go. I do want to cut the wing around here, I suppose. There we go. This one is going to be our roll. There we go. This one is going to be our flaps. This is also going to be flaps as well. There we go. And I believe we can also make that one flaps too. So there we go. That is our flaps done and our roll done. And now we need our vertical stabilizers. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and figure those out. Let's go ahead and grab a wing. There we go. It is actually going to go onto the side of this, which might seem a little bit weird, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and drag this guy into there. We're then going to go ahead and make it go upwards and out to the side. 45-degree angle, sure, why not? There we go. It is going to be a lot more squidged than this, because it's at the minute it's too big. So we're going to go to this guy and squidge them down. A lot. There we go. We're then going to go to this guy and squidge those down also. A lot. There we go. Grab this one and this one. Send it backwards. Here we go. Awesome. We're going to grab these two. Send that bit forwards. There we go. And that actually looks pretty cool. It does. I don't know whether they should be a lot bigger, smaller, or what. I don't know. But, yeah. They're quite nice. They are quite nice. Okay, cool. So, I'm actually going to go ahead and drag these guys forwards a little bit. They are going to be relatively large. Don't know whether they should be down a little bit more or not, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this here. I'm then going to modify it, yes, and I'm going to drag this guy and this guy backwards. There we go. Just to give it more of a cool shape, I suppose. There we go. All right, cool. So now that we've done that, I actually want to send it sideways slightly more. There we go. And that looks really weird, but also very cool. So this is going to be our yaw and also our flaps for pitch. There we go. All right, cool. So that is everything. That should work. Now we need landing gear. We need to decorate this thing, and it just needs to look awesome. Oh, wow. The body on this thing is actually very small, isn't it? The body itself is extremely tiny. But hopefully we can get away with that. So we're going to go ahead and add our landing gear towards the rear. First, probably. Actually, no, let's do our front landing gear first. So directly underneath the pilot is where the first landing gear is going to go. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Somewhere around here. That seems actually fine. That actually looks pretty cool too. It might need to be way taller than this and a little bit wider than this. So I'm going to bring it down to 80. We're going to make the diameter of this something like 0.3. And we'll go with 0.3 here as well. There we go. Good. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. That's a little bit too chunky. The wheel diameter is going to be a little bit bigger. So we're going to go with this. And that looks too chunky. That looks way too chunky. I didn't think it was going to get that chunky, but there you go. Okay, cool. So we've got this. Let's go ahead and try and send that up into there. There we go. Awesome. And then we're going to have to deal with the back end, which actually means this needs to be way taller. Otherwise, we won't be able to use it because these engines are too low, but that's okay. Right. So from there, we're going to actually copy this and we're going to use this on both sides if we can. Here we go. And I'm going to shove this actually really far back. At the minute, obviously a lot of our weight is back there. Which is a tad annoying, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and raise that up if we can. Into the wing slightly. I don't want it to pop above the wing, so we'll do something like this. And then when it retracts, it's just going to go into the side. So, angle. Yeah, okay, that's going to go like that. Direction, we're going to go all the way around, 270-ish. There we go. Angle upwards into there. That's fan-dabby-dozy. Unfortunately, this is sticking out, so we're going to make the wing a little bit thicker there. I don't know whether that's the right way of going about doing this, but yes, we're going to try it. So grab this guy and make it a little bit thicker. There we go, which is actually going to have to happen to this guy and this guy as well. Make those a little bit thicker, and then these two as well. Tiny bit. There we go. Okay, cool. Maybe even a little bit more. That's fine. So, grab the wheel. Go ahead and send it upwards into there. There we go. As long as it's not sticking up... Oh, no, we can't. There. Oh, no. Okay, right, actually, hang on. Send it up to there. And we'll make the wheel a different wheel. There we go. We'll go with side ones. Then it won't stick out through the top until we get really high. So there we go. It sticks out through the bottom, but that's okay. We can sort that out. Right, okay, cool. So we've actually got our wheels at the back as well. They are going to have to be taller, which is unfortunate, but there you go. Okay, cool. That one also retracts. There we go, into the belly of the beast. Oh, the wheels poke out. The wheels actually poke out. So make them a lot smaller. And actually they won't when I add something to that. Okay, cool. We're gonna have to hide it, but that's okay. Right, so this one also needs to retract into the vehicle. There we go. Excellent. And that's it. Nice. That's actually sick. Okay, so from here we're gonna give it some fuel, because obviously it needs fuel. There we go. Okay, fuel. Yes. Let's go ahead and give it like 30% fuel in each wing. There we go. And I don't know whether to add canards or something to this. I don't feel like it would look right with them, but maybe it would if they were here. I'm not sure. Okay, so at the minute, our center of mass is actually very far back, but let's go ahead and spawn in, see what it does, and hopefully it will work. Okay, so we're going to have to modify this actually quite a bit. So essentially the reason that we're going to have to modify it is because we do need airflow, okay? We need a hell of a lot of airflow. And I wasn't thinking this would mess it up that bad, but actually we need this to at least go on this side of the wing, which on this side of the thingamabobby. What am I even trying to say? I don't know. Anyway, this guy and this guy, it can come all the way forwards, just like this. And then we can move them out to the side, and hopefully that'll work. I think it will, but I'm not sure. So grab these two. There we go. Send it this way. There we go. And now they're involved. That's good. And we can now get our air into there, I think. Maybe. So I'm going to quickly work on that, and then I'll be back in a second. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a struggle. I think what we've actually managed to do here is limit our engines well, in terms of how much airflow they actually get. So as you guys can see right here, it is 18.69. This thing should be going a lot faster right now. We are like full afterburner and everything. I think our airflow is a bit of an issue, to be totally honest with you, but let's go ahead and see if we can get into the sky at least. It might be that we don't even get into the sky because... Oh, God. Because our engines actually weigh quite a lot, and obviously they're at the back of the aircraft. If we then take off, I feel like we're going to just flop over backwards, which might be an issue, but let's go ahead and keep sending it, and we'll see. Also, our air inlet is just way too small, isn't it? I might make this bigger. In fact, we should make that bigger. Okay, so this currently says that it is 19.35. Let's go ahead and see if we can make that more by making that inlet bigger. Okay, here we go. So let's go ahead and see what this does now. It is at 18. No, it hasn't really done much. As you guys can see, it is a hell of a lot bigger. It does go down towards both engines. Both engines do get the air. I'm unsure as to what to do here. I don't know. Okay, so just to check if something will work to fix this, let's go ahead and essentially delete this guy, right? Delete... Oh, actually, just leave it there. There we go. So we'll actually have those exposed. Maybe actually extrude this just going forwards, and we'll have the inlets for the top ones actually on the top. Or we can actually have both, which seems a little strange, but yes. Let's go ahead and make this 0.3, I think. Yeah, 0.3. Okay, no, that is just 3. There we go. We'll bring it forwards just a tiny bit more. Extrude it again. Make this 0.25. There we go. Make this 0.25. There we go. And leave those like that. So the top ones actually have inlets from there. That is fine. It goes straight to them. Let's go ahead and spawn this in and see if it fixes things. No, it gets the same amount of air. It does. It gets the same amount of air, so that's fine. Okay, right. Let's go ahead and return back to the hangar then. And we could actually go back to what we had before, but actually I kind of like them having their own little inlets. But no, let's go ahead and load up what we had before. Here we go. What have I named this thing? This is called 4 jets. There it is. Okay, load up 4 jets. Excellent. So 4 jets has been loaded. What we're going to have to do then is actually modify the engines themselves. Spools, I'm actually going down to 2. We're going to go ahead and temperature it up all the way up to full. Temperature of the afterburner also up to full. And we're going to do the same thing on the rest of them as well. Bypass ratio, I can't remember how this works. Controls the amount of airflow that bypasses the combustion chamber. A higher value can increase efficiency at the expense of thrust. Let's go ahead and lower that down to like 0.05. There we go. Do the same thing down here as well. 0.05. There we go. Okay, cool. We need these engines to be the same as each other. Otherwise, we'll have massive issues. So 3, let's go down to 2. There we go. Are these actually the same size? 0.74? Yes, they are. Temperature, maximum. There we go. Temperature of this, maximum as well. And there we go. Okay, cool. This might work. Let's see what this does. Oh my goodness! Yes! Alright, we are flying down the runway this time. Oh, yikes. Okay. Let's try and pitch ourselves into the air. Okay, yeah, we weigh too much at the back. We've now gone space shuttle status. Okay, yeah, we weigh way too much at the back. Like, way too much. Okay, right. How do I sort that out? I don't know. Alright, so, I'm actually going to go ahead and push these guys forwards now that I've moved the center of mass forwards. That might look a little bit weird, to be honest, because the engines are just dangling off the butt, but hopefully that's okay. So, we've got these in a nice little location right here. I do want them hidden, but, like, that's something that's kind of impossible at this point. I can add a bit of fuselage to come out and, like, cover these, but that's not really something I want to do. Not really, anyway. So, yeah. How about we try and take off once again, and hopefully this time it'll work a little bit better. The other thing that I don't mind doing is actually extending these guys a little bit further forwards. It gives us kind of a nicer shape, actually, anyway, and I'm actually going to go and drag these guys backwards a little bit, too. There we go. I'm going to go and clear this. There we go. This guy is going to be a little bit smaller also. There we go. Good. And honestly, overall, I think that looks pretty nice. Here we go again. Flaps down. Let's go. Yes, flaps are on full, so hopefully we should get into the air a little bit quicker this time. Let's go ahead and pitch up. There we go. Nice landing gear. Wow. I don't know what just happened there, but that wasn't good. All right, we're in the sky again. There we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, right. It just rolls straight over the top. That is not what you want. That is definitely not what you want. Okay, try and fix that. We have changed the color of the aircraft again, but that's okay. So I've moved the center of mass a little bit further backwards this time to hopefully aid with the issues we were having. Okay, that was... I need to be a little bit more controlled on the takeoff, not gonna lie. Okay, oh no, it comes up through. That's not good. Ah! Oh my goodness! I'm gonna die. Oh no. Okay, fine. Okay, I want to stabilize this aircraft. I really, really want to. So we're actually gonna go ahead and get some canards. Here we go. We're gonna add them very low at the front, underneath the cockpit. We're then gonna go ahead and not do that. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and grab these guys, okay, and make them a little bit smaller. There we go. We're also gonna make them smaller in this sense. There we go, and smaller in this sense as well. Now I could make it so these guys like move entirely, but the way that I'm gonna do it is we're just gonna have big control surfaces, and that is how it's gonna work. So send this guy upwards. There we go. Send this guy upwards to there. There we go. Awesome. And these guys are going to be inverted to the back ones. So pitch response is going to be this way around, and that's how they're going to work. It looks a little bit strange, but it might be fine. Maybe. Although actually, I do kind of want to like send all of them backwards so that it looks kind of cool in that sense. So I might do this. There we go. All right, that doesn't look terrible. We'll go with it. We will roll with this. All right, send it in slightly. There we go. That is in front of the air inlet, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it is a-okay. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. Let's go ahead and try and pitch up into the sky again. Oh, no. All right, too much weight at the back again. This is kind of an issue. It's very, tricky to do this. Gonna go ahead and send that to be 2, okay? I'm then gonna move this slightly forwards. That's fine. That is 60. That is 30. In fact, let's go ahead and make this like 50. There we go. And now we might be good. Maybe. Or, you know, maybe what I should do is actually try and take off a little bit more civilized. That didn't work. Okay, never mind. We just got pulled into the sky. And we are donezoed. We are done. I can't fly it. No! Full throttle. Go, 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 go! I mean, it looks cool once it's in the sky. It's just got issues trying to get there. Oh, yikes. Okay, I am going to be sending the wings backwards actually really far. They're going to be a lot smaller than they currently are because reasons. So let's go ahead and grab this and this. Go ahead and send that bit backwards to about there. There we go. That looks a lot more cool, but is it going to be good? I think it will be. I think it'll be a little bit better. Because then the center of lift is further back, which is closer to the center of mass. And if we've got them close-ish together, we should be good to fly it. Maybe. I mean, that is a big maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, so that actually worked quite nicely, I do believe. I'm not going to show you guys what happened, but essentially it flew a little bit nicer. Unfortunately, I've put this nice pattern on it, and that nice pattern is going to have to go away because I'm going to do this. Yes, this guy is actually going to be sent backwards quite far. These two are going to be sent backwards to there. This guy is going to get sent backwards to here. And hopefully that is good. It is a little bit better. I'm going to have to redo this pattern, but for now, that's fine. Here we go again. This is our final attempt. Is it going to be our final attempt? Probably not. Anyway, let's go ahead and lift up into the sky. There we go. Okay, we are flying a lot more normally now. The shape of the wing is very weird. And we got our 4 jet engines. Let's go ahead and lift ourselves into the sky a little bit higher. There we go. We've passed this. We've passed Mach 1. That's pretty good. We're only at what, 3,000 feet, 4,000 feet. Let's keep this going. I'm gonna need a hell of a lot more fuel because we're gonna run out in 30 seconds. That is not very much fuel for this thing. That's crazy. We are at Mach 1.7, not quite 2. We're going to continue up. Here we go. We're going to run out of fuel in 16 seconds. Here we go. We're at Mach 2. Nice. Keep it going. Whee! Okay, I actually really like this thing more. The fact that we've actually moved those backwards. That's really cool. The problem was we actually had way too much lift on our front bit of our front wings. And that ended up flipping us over really badly every time we throttled up too far. We ran out of fuel. We're still going Mach 1.5, so that's good. But let's add more fuel to this thing. We'll try and take off again. I'll give it a nice livery, and we'll go from there. All right, there we go. I had this idea where the front and the back would be slightly different, and that is what we've tried to do here. There's a little bit of a mountain spiky range in the center. We've then got these really cool hexagons around the outside, and then the rest of the plane is obviously gray with the front bit being black. Honestly, I think this looks really, really cool. There is a little bit more detail needed, so we need a logo on the tail. We need some random hexagons in different colors around on the wings, and I think that will look really, really cool. In fact, let's go ahead and do that now. So this guy is going to go to 0 if I can get it there. That's 1. All right, 1 will do. Scale is going to be really small, and we're going to go ahead and add 3 of these in a row going backwards. In fact, let's go ahead and do them in a line. So we'll do it like this. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Okay, cool. That actually looks sick there. Nice. All right, I'm also going to go ahead and add the Frantic logo on the inside of here in red. There we go. That looks awesome. I'm also going to add it on the outside of it as well because I can. That actually looks really, really good. I feel like I should add something to the wing as well. Something like an FAF, maybe, possibly. I don't know. If I scale that all the way up, there we go. We could add this to the wings, but I feel like that's going to make it look a little bit ugly. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. Let's go ahead and do this and this. There we go. No, okay, right. It is going to be red. There we go. Awesome. If I do add it, it would go there. I don't know how I feel about it, so I might not do it. I don't know, though. Yeah, okay, we're doing it. We've done it. There we go. Awesome. And then we'll actually add a tiny FAF just here because we can. Let's go to this side so we can actually see it. There we go. Scale it down a hell of a lot and attach it just below the cockpit right about there. Bam. There we go. That is everything. I have now painted the plane. The plane flies. The plane moves. And that is awesome. I've added a bunch more fuel to this thing though. So let's go ahead and try and fly it with the fuel and see if that causes issues. Which I think it will. Okay, here it is. Fully painted going up into the sky. It looks so weird. It looks really, really weird. But that's fine. Here we go. Let's take off. Here we go. Alright, it's finding it harder to take off. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. I pitched down way too hard there, but that's okay. We are now in the sky. It does want to angle itself down, so you'd have to trim this thing out. So go to controls, pitch trim. There we go. That is quite nice. There we go. So we've trimmed it. And just send it up into the sky. We're going to go full throttle. We're almost at Mach 1. There we go. Autopilot, let's go ahead and set this at current. Altitude, let's get to 75,000. And Mach 5. I don't think it's going to get there, but let's go ahead and try. Okay, we're going. Lovely. I think this plane actually looks really cool. Alright, so we haven't really been flying that long. The airport is just there. We only have 4 minutes of fly time left, or 5 minutes of fly time. It is getting longer because of the altitude we're actually getting up to. So we're at 56,000 feet, 57,000 feet, and we are going Mach 2.7. That is not too bad whatsoever. I'm going to try and get to 70,000 feet, 75,000 feet, go in a straight line from there and see what kind of speeds we can get out of this. Honestly, having 4 engines doesn't really matter. We don't necessarily need them. Honestly, we could probably take off with 2. But yeah, we're at 70,000 feet now. We're going Mach 2.64. We are slowing down though, so that's a thing. But yeah, this is awesome. This is actually so cool. All right, let's go ahead and disengage this. There we go. I'm going to actually throttle down. We'll be a lot more efficient. Now that we're actually up at this altitude, we can be a hell of a lot more efficient. And yeah, it's totally working. It is totally working. I've just seen that I need to paint that bit. And also, I might actually add a little bit of fuselage to cover this up. Because that is just, it's just ugly, the fact that we've got our landing gear there. Anyway, let's go ahead and press F3. We can see our lift. We can see our drag. Our drag is our nose, pretty much. But yeah, other than that, it's actually pretty good. Very nice. Yeah. Alright, I can hear a weird noise. It's like... I'm assuming that's the jet engines not having fun in some sort of respect. I don't know what that respect would be. But yeah, anyway, we're going to go ahead and drop down to an altitude that suits these engines a little bit more, which is probably more like 60,000 feet rather than 70,000 feet. And hopefully we'll get to go a little bit faster there. So if we go to autopilot, let's say 60, 1, 2, 3, there we go, 60,000 feet. Mach 5, go. Okay, what altitude are we at now? 59, okay. Let's go ahead and see what happens here. I'm not sure what will happen. Also, I think the autopilot might actually be in meters. I have a feeling it's in meters. I don't know why, but it might be. Okay, so what we actually want to set this at is 18,288. I don't know whether that's actually the way this is working, but let's go ahead and see. So if that dives, then we know how it's working. But no, it's in meters. It is actually in meters. There we go. Okay, cool. So we're lowering ourselves down to the right altitude, which is 60,000 feet. And hopefully, we'll be able to go faster there. We are going to run out of fuel, though, so that's an issue. But we'll be fine. Okay, we have 3 minutes of burn time left, and we are going at 2.92 Mach. Oh, Mach 2.92, which is pretty good. I do believe I've still got my flaps down, which is not very good. That is silly. There we go. So we get rid of those. We should be able to go a lot faster because there's way less drag. So let's see what happens here. Here we go. So we're at 2.92 again. There you go. It did fall for a second. Yeah, 2.93. I don't know why I had my flaps down still. I guess I just forgot to lift them back up, but that's okay. We are still going. Yeah. All right, lovely. Lovely jubbly. All right. Let's try and get to Mach 3. We'll get there. All right, we're at Mach 2.99, which is very, very close to Mach 3. And as soon as we hit Mach 3, I'm going to be so happy. That is pretty good, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and assume that we are going to get there. I don't know, but I think so. We are, there we go, Mach 3. We've made it. So this is a Mach 3 capable aircraft. Even if it takes 10 years to get there, it does actually get there. Honestly, I think we've done a pretty good job with this one. It did come with a few challenges. I feel like our jet engines aren't running at like a nice capacity, actually. I am going to go ahead and turn 2 of them off, which is going to be the bottom 2, I guess, because I think that'll be fun. So let's go ahead and grab this one and this one. Get rid of this. We don't need that. We're going to go ahead and turn this off, and we're going to turn this off as well. There we go. Okay, also fuel off, fuel off. There we go. That is the bottom 2. Can we maintain some sort of speed with just 2 of them on? I think we will be able to, but we are going to slow down. That's still pretty awesome. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here for now. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.